Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't
Appreciated, Coach. Well, this entertainment mecca opened back in 2009. It seats 80,000 but has a standing room capacity north of 100K, and we are pushing that today at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they work this well upfield. Across the 45.
Here we go. It's a gain of 31 yards. And the Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47. He's coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
47 to Mike. Here we go, 46. Check, 47.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott going for the deep ball. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give them 32 on the play. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rise.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football, Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out, try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 41, Prescott going up top. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a give, right side. McFarland. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. Looking downfield for Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
On 1st down, McFarland. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. From the 44, Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 3rd down, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. Now Winston on 4th down. Rolling to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Past the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think they anticipate.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Steps away to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
3rd and long for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Watch the run. 47 Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
He wasn't ready.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Panthers, they're starting to pull away in that one. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Winston. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A throw over the middle, taken in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Not today, you are. Not today. Flip it. Mike 57. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Let him go.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Armstrong. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From the 27, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. I call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Prescott now. This to Jarwin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Jameis to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How linebacker.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. 1st down, Prescott looking for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd down, Pollard. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Marr able to put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Wait. Let's go.
Here's Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Back now in Arlington, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
The 29-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, touchdown number 22 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Moore, up, and will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
See what you got.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. They'll run on first down. McFarland, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
It's our time. Mike 57. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. 57's the Mike, watch 57. Check it out.
Now Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.